Hi, everyone. My name is William Davis. I'm the owner of A.P.C Photography and WDC Media. We're going to talk today about how to get audio from an analog mixer. Let me show you the mixer type we're talking about. It's going to be one of these, which is an Onyx 8 in this particular case, but there's so many different versions of this. Yamaha makes one. Allen Heath makes them. They all pretty much make them. They all have the same inputs and outputs. But they do need specific and special cables to make them work. So first off, the best cable to work with is going to be the XLR female to the 1/8 jack cable. That will be able to give you the best signal out to your camera, your ATEM, and the rest, as long as they don't have a speaker already in those XLR outputs. But if they do have a speaker in those XLR outputs, then you're going to need this cable, which is an unbalanced cable, which has one stripe and one stripe, and that can go into your camera. Will usually give you one channel of audio, but you'll get really clean audio. Now, sometimes you may want to use a balanced cable, which will have two stripes, and this will give you super clean audio and less likely to have interference. So, this is another way you can go with using these cables. Now, please don't get confused when you're working with these mixers. There is this cable here, which a lot of people use to get their information from a laptop, a computer, or whatever into their mixer. And this is the wrong cable to try to get signal out. This one is an XLR male to an 1/8 jack. So we're going to walk through how to plug these in the right order and how they work. This is the back of a mixer or where you have inputs outputs on a mixer. First off, let's get rid of the confusing cable. So this is the one that most people use for laptops and order thinking they can use to get audio out. And that generally goes on an input like these here, which are an XLR input. And when you put them in, you're not getting the signal out, you're getting the signal in. And they would normally look like this. Now, the correct cable that we're talking about to get the signal out would go into these right here, which are main outs. Let me move the camera over a little bit. So here's your main outs, 1 and 2, left and right. So you got your right here, and you got your left here. And this would allow you to put this signal out to your camera, which is the one you want. Now, realize when you're using these cameras, they're usually in what we call microphone level, which is really cool, easy to work with. The problem is it's super sensitive at that point. It's not like line level because the line level that's coming out there is way more voltage and it will be a little bit hotter or more signal going into your camera. So you'll have to turn down the volume internally on your camera's microphone input. Just remember that. Also is going to work for these other line level outs too. Now below these, you'll see these outputs here. So if they happen to have XLRs in there, there is an option available to you. You could use this cable here, which is called your unbalanced TRS cable. And that can plug into this one here, and it will give you the signal that's coming out of the main speakers into your camera. Now remember, the volume is going to be controlled off the main volume on here instead of having its own independent volume, which could be an issue. Now, if you want independent volume, there's usually one below it that's called control room. Let me see if I can get a closer look. As you can see, this one is called control room. Now, control room gets the same signal, and you can plug this into there, but it's got its own independent volume. Now, depending if they're running extra speakers or running in ears, they might use a control room for that, or they might use the mains for that. If they're using that signal, then there's another option. And that option is this one here, which is called the monitor, MON. And you can plug into there. The advantage of the monitor, though, is you get way more control of the signal that you're getting. It's not just the main signal, it's going to be a signal that you can control. You can determine if you want the microphones in it, if you want the band that's there, if you want the DJ, if you just want the presentation video sound in there. You can control what's going to go in there, and I'll show you how to make those controls too, and I'll show you how to turn the different volumes up. Now we're back on the front of the mixer here. Couple quick things that you will see. Number one, you will see a whole bunch of inputs. So for example, you will see channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all right here. There's this option called auxiliary, which will go out to your monitor. And then you've got your main gains up here, which will go out to your mains. And then you've got, let me see if I can get that into the screen. Then you've got your levels, level faders that are going to go out to your main audio. These have nothing to do with the main auxiliary, but I'm going to explain how they affect two of your volumes. Now, if you're on the mixer and you're taking the speaker's volume out, the one where I showed the XLR or the one that was right below that said mouse, that's going to be this volume right here, main volume. Now, if you're doing the control room, which is the one that's the lowest one, that said control room on it, this is your control room volume. Now, this control room volume is going to have exactly the same signal that's coming through here as in, you know, speaker, presenter, DJ. That's all going to go to that same control room volume. Now, the unique one, that's going to be your monitor volume. So that's where these auxiliaries come in. So you may choose to have mic 1, mic 2 on, turn the DJ down. This is a presentation that's coming from the laptop. And then say if there's Bluetooth coming in, you don't want the Bluetooth or any other signal, turn that down. And then when you come over here, you will see this one that says monitor on it. You turn that up and down, and that'll be your volume specifically for the monitor. And whatever the volumes are on these auxiliaries are going to be your signal path that's going into your camera, A10 Mini, and such.